Hey, aloha. Welcome to the Friday Marketing Jam Session. I'm your host, Tom Gaddis. Today, we're going to be talking about a set it and forget it prospecting, a sneaky strategy that gets all your prospecting done in a few hours, a week, or less. So we're going to be talking all about that. I'm going to do some shark shout outs. We're going to talk about what's going on in the agency. I'm going to take your questions. We're just going to have an all-around good time. So I'm going to cue up the intro, and I'll see you back here in one momento.
It's time, the moment you've been waiting for. Get ready for the fastest 60 minutes of marketing strategies and tactics to grow and scale your business from anywhere in the world. After 167 agonizing hours, we've returned for a brand new Aloha Marketing Jam session. And now, here are your hosts.
Oh my gosh, listen to that crowd out there. Fired up. You must be like the new haircuts. Is that why everybody's wow, excited? All right, settle down. All right, man, that crowd is going crazy out there. Let's see who is here today. What's up, Megalodon Dorn? Good to see you. Hola. I see Cameron in the house. Happy Friday to this user as well. By the way, if you go to, the team can put a link in StreamYard, but if you go there and give StreamYard permission, then we can see your smiling face like this with Doug Page. What's up, Doug? I love your dog there. Cute looking dog. We got Shelly Ward in the house. Welcome, Shelly. Randy Betts. Awesome. Oh, Frank the Tank. What's up, Frank the Tank? Hey, Sherry, what's up? Good to see you. I was just talking about you the other day. It's all good. All good. We got a bunch of she sharks in the house. We got Sherry. We got Kristen. We got Jacqueline. We got Donna. Donna, I saw your win this week. Really awesome to see that. Good stuff. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. Looks like I'm going to be flying a solo today. But that's okay. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. How many, I know we have a lot of new people in the community too. Is there anybody on here that's your first time on the live show? Let me know in the chat. Maybe you came in because you picked up Agency Arbitrage Mastery, which everybody seems to be loving. Great stuff in there, right? Oh, I see here somebody says hello. Welcome. Let's see. I don't see anybody yet. Okay, well, maybe everybody's old timers here. I don't know if you guys saw, but this past Wednesday, we did a training on how to set up a RoboRep. So for a lot of you that have been in our community, you know, one of our core prospecting things now is the Reach Machine. And so we did a little presentation on Reach and how it works and what's going on there. We got a lot of amazing stuff coming with that. And by the way, if you've seen that presentation before, or maybe you were, thinking about jumping into Reach, but you're just like, it's a little out of my financial range. We did roll out a new pricing, the lowest price ever to get started in Reach. So, I'll put a link up here later. You guys can check that out, and we'll talk about questions there. What's up, Richie?
G'day, mate. Yeah, sorry. I thought I was in the studio, and I wasn't in the studio.
Oh, so, were you at the bar?
Yeah, I was there, but I wasn't there. It's a trick I've got. Yeah. How are you, Tom?
I just figured you were at the bar.
Always.
Looking back. Awesome. I'm doing good. I was just doing a little bit of intro stuff, kicking things off. We got a good show lined up. We're going to talk about the training we did on Wednesday with Reach. We're going to take some questions. If you guys have any questions about about Reach, about Agency Arbitrage Mastery, about just the digital agency stuff in general, please let us know. Yeah, Dorn said you were getting your emotional support beverage. I love it. Emotional support beverage. I have mine right here. This is iced tea. You know, remember, Richie? Do you remember a long time ago when we were on one of our first calls and we were talking, and you were like, "Is that a beer?" It's like, no, it's
I used to think of, there was you and Nick as well. You know, and it was always like Nick would have a can, and it sort of like wouldn't look like a can of Coke or anything. It'd look like a can of something like craft beer or something. You know, and I thought you guys always have a beer on a Friday. That's my kind
yeah. Man, if I were drinking beer, we wouldn't have any of this. So iced tea for me. Iced tea for me. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So I want to talk a little bit here real quick about kind of what's been going on in our agency, because we have, man, lots of stuff happening there. So we hired a new pay-per-click specialist. So if you're inside, if you're in the Shark, we have lots of trainings on how we find and hire people, right? So if you're in the Shark Alliance, there's training in there. If you're in Remote Millionaires, obviously Nick is sharing all the behind the scenes of exactly how we're hiring these new people with the job postings and what we're paying them and how we're structuring everything and all that stuff. So we hired a new pay-per-click specialist at the agency. One of our account coordinators is leaving to deal with some personal family issues. So we're also recruiting and interviewing new candidates for an account coordinator role. And when you run an agency, you have a team, all that stuff. I mean, this stuff happens, right? Like, we've been very we have with Offline Sharks and the agency, we tend to have long-term team members. Like a lot of people at Offline Sharks have been with us for years and years and years. The agency as well, but there, things come up, life changes, stuff happens, right? Like there's always going to be, there's always going to be a little bit of change there. The key is to be able to handle it, effectively. And in the past, when Nick and I were first starting, it was almost like whenever this would happen, it almost kind of like freak out mode, right? Oh my God, somebody's leaving. Did anybody here experience that? You're like, somebody's leaving. I don't know what I'm going to do, and it's like, it can create a higher level of stress in your business. But, today for us, it's not like that because, we've built out systems and processes. We know exactly how to find people, what to do, there's no stress. It's just like, okay, well, you need to go to do something else. No worries. Like we can just fire up the process and the system and just let it work its thing. And so a lot less stress when you're able to do that in your business. So account coordinator leaving. We've also promoted another account coordinator to a manager position. So this is one of the things we do in our agency as well. Identify, A-level talent. And when people are showing us they can handle it and do better, we bring them up, right? So we promoted a separate account coordinator to a manager position. We promoted another account coordinator to a project coordinator position. And for those of you that might be wondering, well, like what's the difference between an account coordinator or project coordinator? They do different roles in the company, right? And I think I can show you here real quick. Hold on, let me find this. I should have already had this pulled up for you guys because we're gonna. Let me see. Let me get this over here. Let me close this. Okay, here I'm gonna share my screen real quick, and then I'll show you that. So this is a picture of. You guys can see this. This is what we call our soft process, which is the sale, onboarding, and fulfillment. I actually meant to tell you, Cameron and Nick, if you're watching this, or to make a note, like I thought we could call this the sale, onboarding, fulfillment. What was the last word I was using for it? Anyway, it made it soft, but Cameron hates it when I come up with those words. The acronyms we were just talking about the other day. Anyway, so this is our sale, onboarding, fulfillment. Now on Wednesday, I spent a lot of time talking about what you see in the number one box here, which So at the agency, we have a sales rep. Right now, here's the thing about hiring a sales rep. I know this is a dream of a lot of people. Like, I want to start an agency. I just want to hire somebody to do all the sales for me, like, and not have to deal with that. The problem is, if you're just starting, if you don't have any clients, if you don't have your systems and processes figured out, you are not going to be able to hire an effective salesperson, because a good salesperson is going to expect you to have your stuff together. Right, Richie?
Yeah, mate, it's the only way it makes it work. Otherwise, you're just adding a very big financial cost to your business, and one that you're only going to be adding because you want to make more money. So you've got to have it together. But it goes right back to when you start hiring even junior roles or VAs and those kind of things, is have a process in place to bring them into the team and create that team environment. So it's a great idea.
Yeah, well, and two, the other thing with the sales rep is, like, you really got to know your numbers. Like, you got to have your numbers dialed in too, your profit margins, all of that stuff, to make that effective so that you can hire A-level talent and keep them, right? Like, we have a pretty rock star sales rep at the agency. So that's not the only way we prospect, though. And, like, we built the agency up to, I think we were doing 600,000 a year, 500,000 a year. And we didn't have a full-time sales rep. Like, we were using the other processes that we teach, mainly Reach. So, Reach is like a way to do a lot of the stuff your sales rep does. Because, like, what's the advantage to having a sales rep? For me, it's about removing myself from the prospecting. Like, in the past, if you guys have watched our evolution as an agency over time, we did a lot of the prospecting ourselves in the beginning. We had all these foot in the door methods. Then we started using appointment setters. Well, what was the point of an appointment setter? Well, the point of the appointment setter was the key to growing is consistent prospecting, right? If you don't have consistent prospecting, you're dead in the water. Mm-hmm. We figured out we were not the people to do consistent prospecting. When you're trying to run a business, when you're trying to get all your stuff together, when you're trying to figure everything out, it is extremely difficult to consistently prospect like you need to, meaning every day, all the time. So we found it was a better investment to find an appointment setter, somebody who could do the grind part of the prospecting. Now, yes, we were still involved in the selling. So the appointment setter would do the outreach, would handle all that stuff, then set the appointment, and then we would show up and close the deal. Still a much better process than trying to do all that stuff yourself. But you have this person, right? And so Reach is really a way to do all of that grind of prospecting without having to hire anyone. Richie and Jason have built out an amazing system here that just does all that hard stuff for you. So, you load in a list of leads, it gets attention, it does the follow-up, it makes them a free offer, it makes them a paid upgrade offer, it gets people on your calendar for actual conversations. And when you get to those conversations, there's really no selling involved. You're pretty much just an order taker, because you're delivering some things, showing them the holes in their digital marketing, and then you just offer to fix it. So the whole process is real. I'm not going to go through all of that because, we did the training. We have a replay of it, a recording of it. So if you guys haven't seen it, if you haven't watched it, you should go check that out. I spent a lot of time talking about this part of the section, diving deep. Also, too, if you thought maybe like, well, Reach was just out of reach, that was not a joke for you in the past, you should go check it out, because we did do something very special where you can get started for the lowest price we've ever done. And so anyway, I'll put a link up for that a little bit later. Stick with me, but let's talk about this other process. So here's the account coordinator and here's the project coordinator. So you can see the account coordinator is responsible for the onboarding. So this is a very long way to get to explaining this, right? So the account coordinator is responsible for the onboarding, but the project coordinator is responsible for the fulfillment. So with Reach, you actually have a automated system that does these things for you, right? It creates a new sale, it collects information, it even will get a payment, and it sends out the stuff. So now you can start working on your fulfillment part, right? So this is the difference between these two roles. So project coordinator, fulfillment, account coordinator is all about onboarding, making sure customers stay happy. You know, like we have a very simple customer happiness rating in the agency. We've got green, yellow, red. So we're constantly evaluating results for our clients and seeing where we go. That's why we have a 98% retention rate right now.
That's got to be industry leading because, yeah, I mean, anything over 90% retention is just gold. You know, that's just permanent revenue. So, yeah, 98%. That is got to be industry leading. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me look at some of the. Okay. All right. So I just looking to see if there are any questions here. Okay. So I just wanted to go over that real quick. So I'm going to stop sharing this. Let me get back. So that's the difference between an account coordinator and a project coordinator, right? So in addition to those things that we're doing, we had a. Well, here, let me just share. Let me show you this. So here, I'll just show you these on the screen. It'll be easier. That'll be easier than just telling you. Let's get some visuals in here. So we did, and we'll talk about these in the wins as well. But like, here's just a few things that came in through the agency. So we closed a just under $1,600, so $1,591. This was an invoice that was paid on March the 5th.
Ka-ching.
This is for SEO. What were you saying, Richie?
I said ka-ching. Yeah. Anything that's got 4 figures in it, that's a good sale.
Yeah, this was a good one. And this was SEO. And for all of you, for anyone who's watching this that's new to our community with Agency Arbitrage Mastery, like you have everything you need. And that little, whatever it was, less than $30 you probably paid for that course. You have everything in there to do this exact type of thing, right? Don't overthink it. Don't try to change the process. Just follow what Chris lays out in there because absolutely you can do this exact same kind of thing. This was a website deal, 8,600, right? Now here is, obviously we arbitrage our websites, right? Like we have others build these for us. We don't actually build them anymore. We love websites as a service because when you get a website, you always have the opportunity to upsell additional things. So in this case, we upsold this client on a search engine optimization iron package. So, and a search, and we did Google ads. So $1,497 for SEO per month and $3,000 per month for Google ads. So we added an additional $5,039.41 each month for this client. Just because once they have the website, how are you going to get traffic to it there? How are you going to get people to see it, right? Those are the things that you should be doing as well. So, okay. Woo. All right. I saw Jacqueline had a question here, so I wanted to talk about this. Yeah, that's right. Cha-ching. Frank says cha-ching. I think I saw Jacqueline asked about where did it go? Look, you can tell I'm getting old. I'm like, oh, okay. So Jacqueline said, how do you get the green, yellow, red happiness readings from your clients, Tom? Great question, Jacqueline. Well, that's the role of the account coordinator. So the account coordinator, part of their responsibility is to check in with those clients and evaluate how things are going. So let me see if I can find this, and I'll show you guys this real quick. And then we'll do some shout outs. While I'm doing that, Richie, what's been going on with you and your agency? What's been happening on your end?
Oh, just last week, this week, just super crazy busy. We've been working a lot of systems and refreshers and other things. I've been working on a lot of what I call nurture. So it's long-term prospecting. And building that in with my reach machine as well. So that's something I was real keen to point out today is that your reach machine does so much automation and heavy lifting for you, but the ability for it to do even more, it's basically endless. You can just keep on tuning it, working it, and creating something that literally, as you say, it runs on autoplay and just keeps on feeding our funnel. And not our funnel as in digital funnel, our funnel that is sales. and that's where we keep filling up the big bit at the top, and we keep a constant flow of stuff coming out the bottom. So that's been a big project the last couple of weeks that I've been working on, and I've also taken the initiative to have a price rise as well. And so on Monday I am putting fix my GBP up from the current $8.97 to $13.97, and I don't think I'll sell any less of it. I think driving value into what you're offering is actually a better way to establish more credibility and get a better quality customer as well. So that's the big things that have been happening with me last week and this week.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I found what I was looking for, and let me show you this, Jacqueline. So part of the thing of what we do here, so you'll see this. So this is the account coordinator job description workflow KPIs, right? So this is, there's, the job posting we do, all that stuff. But look, the position description. As an account manager, you're responsible for managing the relationship with named clients. The bottom line function for this position is to ensure the client's success with our services, retain at the highest level possible, and manage the transition of clients from satisfied to thrilled. So the account coordinator's job is to, monitor the results we're getting for our clients. And how do they do that? Well, one of the things in Agency Arbitrage Mastery, one of the bonuses we had was a SEO team meeting from inside the agency, right? We have lots of little meetings like that between the teams so they can talk about clients, what's going on. So the SEO people can tell the account coordinator, like, hey, listen, we're having an issue with this client, or we're not getting the results we thought with this client, or so they can talk about that stuff. And then the account coordinator's job is to monitor that, check in with the client, and then figure out that rating and say, hey, this client's either green, yellow, or red. And then, the green ones, we just keep doing what we're doing. The yellow and the red, we want to make sure we're looking at and pulling those things up. So I hope, does that clear everything up there, Jacqueline?
I think it's really important to do that as well, with especially you've got a reasonable sized client base. Managing them, that relationship management, super important. But having some kind of a rating system means you can identify those issues before they become issues, and before you wind up tuning that client as a result of something you could have changed, so easily. So they're good professional practices to have in your business.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, those clients that I were talking about, one was a water pump company and one was a dental implant company. So there's some things there. Also, too, I see Dorn in the comment shared a link from, look, that's a big link. You can just go here. I guess it won't let me click on it. But one of our sharks, Sherry Benelli, she writes a lot of articles on Google Business Profile and SEO for Search Engine Journal and other places online. And she has a new article out. You guys should go check that out. So you'll see the link in the comment. So,
well, Sherry's an absolute whiz with Google profiles, and I heard that when Google don't know something about their own profiles, they ring up Sherry and ask her.
Yeah, she's got a wealth of information on that stuff.
Yeah,
super
very knowledgeable.
Yeah. So I know Jacqueline says, yes, it's another layer to the business, but keeping these is, the most expensive thing you do in business is to acquire a new customer. And if you can keep them longer, you're setting yourself up to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're setting yourself up to win. So,
and here's the other thing: it is 10, if not more times, easier to sell to a customer you've already got than to go and get a new one.
Yeah, well, there's that part too. I mean, there's so many good things that come from it. I mean, I know in the marketing space, there's always this focus on new. How do we get new clients? How do we get more business? And I know that sounds like the sexy thing, right? Like it sounds like the sexy things, but let me tell you about, yes, you have to get clients to get started, right? If you don't have any clients, yes, of course you need new clients. Or if you only have a couple of clients, you need to get some. But once you get those clients, it's super important that you start thinking about how you're going to keep them long-term, how you're going to provide for them, and then how you can bring more value to them. Because Richie is absolutely right. One, the longer they stay, the more money you make, right? And two, it's much easier to go back and sell them something else. You know, if you roll out a new service and then you go back to your existing clients and just say, hey, listen, I'm rolling this thing out. Like you can do those. Like that's a way easier sell than finding somebody new. So lots of good stuff comes from that, right? So really important. Like, yeah, you need the new clients, but like it's really more about delivering an awesome client experience, having people stay longer, having those relationships for the longest time possible, and then being able to go back and sell them other things. Nick and I don't know if we talked about this on the live show or where we talked about this, but like one of the things that, you know, has become very clear to us over the years, like we used to be under the idea that, so let me ask you guys this. How many people on here want high ticket clients? Like you want clients that are paying you 86, 5,000 a month. Like think about like who on here wants those kind of clients? Because back when we were first getting started and we were building up our agency, like we just had this idea that those clients were just out there, like somewhere in the ether, right? So like all these people say me, yeah. Oh yeah, right. Well, okay. So I want to bring this all back and really tie it into also what we're doing with the Reach Machine and how important having consistent prospecting, relationship building, credibility and authority building really is for your business, because it's not about volume. Like I know everybody always says, oh, it's a numbers game, and they always want to blast out, you know, thousands and thousands of emails. But like I have never seen anyone succeed with that strategy. What I have seen us succeed with and other people succeed with is identifying quality prospects, people that need help with something specific that we can do, and then focusing on helping them, right? Getting their attention and helping them. And Reach helps you do that automatically. But the reason I bring all this up is because, again, we used to think those clients, those $5,000, $10,000 a month clients were just out there in the ether. And our problem was we couldn't just find them. Or if we found them, like we didn't have the ability to get them. Like there was something wrong with our credibility, our portfolio. I don't know, just something. But like the fact that we weren't getting them was they were out there, but we just somehow weren't able to get them. But what our experience has shown us is those higher ticket clients in our agency, the majority of them have started out as lower paying clients.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of them have started out at $1,000 a month SEO client or a few $1,000 website client. And then because we deliver an amazing customer experience, amazing client experience, and they see we're invested in their success, they gradually start spending more, right? Because they trust us even more, right? So that idea that those big ticket clients are just out there and you're just going to be able to hook them in, like you got to forget that. Like you want to focus on, again, this is why it's so important. You got to focus, you want to focus on consistent prospecting, having conversations with real people that can hire you and pay invoices you send every week, and then just take those wins and build up from there, right? Because if somebody starts paying you, you know, $500 a month to do SEO and you're delivering good results, and you can show them like, hey, you know, you're spending 500, I'm generating 5,000 or whatever it is. Even if it's just, let's say, even if it's just 1,500, let's say you say, look, you're spending 500, but I'm returning 1,500 on that $500 investment. Those are pretty good numbers, right? Even if you're just, so like, why not spend 1,000? Why not spend 1,500? Why not spend 2,000? Right? Like, let's get there. So, you know, really, I just think it's just way more important than we talk about, right? Because you can get so wrapped up in new and getting more and all that stuff that it's easy to forget that to build a stable, long-lasting business, we have to do all of that, right? We've got to consistently prospect. We have to bring in new clients, but we also have to take care of our existing clients. We also have to think about client retention. Well, like, so, I mean, do you guys see why we like pound the desk all the time about you can't do this all yourself. Like you can't do it all yourself. Like we can't do it all ourselves. We don't know anybody that can. Like you have to start getting help. And so, Reach is a great way to do that without a huge, I think without a huge investment or risk investment, because, when you hire somebody, they work out, they don't work out. Sometimes you spend the money, nothing you know what I mean? Like with Reach, because it's automated, because it's software based, because it can do that. Like, I just think there's a lot less risk in using something like that to remove yourself from the prospect and get some traction and start moving forward. What say you, Richie?
Hey,
I said, what say you?
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And it's a case of you put the effort in to setting up the systems, training your people, getting all those processes done, and the automation part kicks in, enabling you to focus on that revenue generation and the conversion of sales and everything else in that. And just want a big shout out to Cody Weaver, who's joined us. I had a great night with Cody a couple of weeks ago here in Nashville, and mate, this is one exceptional digital marketer who I think he's definitely in the Megalodon Club, and that is in a couple of years. He has grown his business. His retention rate is super high. And he's quite right, and this is why, because he's saying a $500 foot in the door retainer can turn into a $3,000 a month client over time, and they do. And Cody's proven that. He does that. That's what he does in his business. It's exactly right. Those $500 a month ones, even the $500 initial sale, you grow them. You grow the relationship. You nurture them along the way, and that's how you build an agency business that does 6 figures a month. So great advice. There's also the other part of that. We've got some Remote Millionaire members, a whole bunch of them, a fantastic group of people. And some of the members that we've seen recently in Remote Millionaires are just so far ahead of the curve with taking action and dialing in the right systems and processes and building them out. There's one in particular that I'd like to point out. Because I'm so excited by what Faisa Ahmed is doing. She is just, every week I meet with her, and she's just blowing me away by what she's done in the last week and what she's moving towards next week. Having that kind of plan and that mindset and using tools like Reach, they get you to those clients very, very quickly, and then you keep on converting and growing revenue straight away. So, shout out to Faisa. And to Cody as well. They are action takers, and they just get on and do it. Good on you.
That's awesome. I don't know who this is, but they said I missed the first part. Is this for cold email outreach or for inbound? So Reach is cold email, but it's all figured out for you. So we use the Reach machine. We load in a cold list. The machine does its work, and it spits out the other end two things: either hot leads or really hot leads. And the difference is the hot leads, once they go through, they will have raised their hand and said they're interested, and then you can follow up with them. The really hot leads have actually paid you. They've purchased something, and now they're scheduled on your calendar for an activation call. So, but it does it all automatically. So I guess cold email to generate inbound leads, which is really, really important. Okay, I want to do some shark shout outs. And then we're going to take your questions, and then we're going to do a member of the week, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, and I'll put a link up. So if you missed the training on Wednesday or any of the emails, you can go check that out. So let me bring up my screen here. All right. So first up, Jocelyn Wing.
There's a fan favorite.
Yes. Jocelyn Wing. She, a client found her and booked an appointment on March 2nd. The client asked what to bring. She said a check. I love the confidence. What should I bring? A check. The client is a husband and wife, agreed to write a $3,000 deposit, then another $3,000 on April 1st, and $2,500 a monthly for 12 months for Google Business Profile ads included. Wow. It's a $24,000 win, 1-year contract. Huge win, Jocelyn. You know, and it's really interesting because I think when I saw this in the Facebook group, didn't Jocelyn say something about like she wasn't really planning on doing this, but she picked up agency arbitrage mastery and she was like, what the heck? And she ended up getting this deal. So great stuff. Next up, Abcar. Did you think did I say that right, Richie?
I'd say Abukar.
Yeah. Abukar closed and completed another website redesign, $400.
Awesome.
Love that win. Love that win. Love it.
Yeah, that's the low-hanging fruit stuff. And, identifying them, getting after them. Awesome. Great win.
Yeah, great stuff. Joanne Westwood, who's just been crushing it in Remote Millionaires, closed a right. Closed a $600 website for a carpet cleaning company. Quick setup of Google Analytics, $75 for a new client. That's a great foot in the door, by the way. Think about what Joanne did there. She charged somebody $75. She set up their Google Analytics. Like that, that kind of win is exactly what we've been talking about. That's not a win that's about the money, right? That's a win that's about building the relationship and where that relationship can go down the road, right? Now, of course, she's getting compensated for doing it, but like that stuff's super powerful. She bartered with the local chiropractor for a year's worth of chiropractic care in exchange for website and Google business profile, about a $1,200 value. That's awesome.
That's a good idea, that bartering. I wonder if I can do that with my local pub. And get free beer for a year.
You can try. Yeah. I was like to when I was on Maui and I did the mailers, so when I was doing the print, like the direct mail, I couldn't barter 100%, but I could barter portions. So, I'd tell them like, okay, well, out of the $500, you're going to pay me $200, but we're going to barter $300. But I would always barter with the pizza place because their pizzas were so good. Kids loved it.
My birthday cake last year. I got this. I got a $150 birthday cake chucked in with a deal I did with the bakery. So bartering works. It's always a good idea. It's another form of cash at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I mean it's something to consider, right? Like I don't know if you go around doing it all the time because we want to build a cash flow in a business, but it can be really great, especially if you're, struggling to get those first few clients. Maybe those first few clients, you pick people that you're interested in bartering with, or so you can build up that portfolio and things like that. So awesome stuff. Regina Floyd shared her first win since being a part of the Sharks. Regina, hold on.
Yeah.
How's that sound effect, right, Richie?
That's awesome. Yeah. Look, your first win and sharing your first win as well. Congratulations, because that is a big day, and it doesn't have to be a $40,000 win. It doesn't matter whether it's a $49 listing or a $300 Google profile fix. They are exactly what you want. You've got to start somewhere, and knocking off your first win is a great feeling. I remember mine, and I think everyone remembers their first win. So congratulations, Regina. That's awesome work.
Yeah, that's a big one. It was a $300 Google business profile fix with a past client. We were just talking about going back to our past clients, right? So the past client is now also talking website work and other marketing strategies for her two local companies. So awesome stuff, Regina. Awesome stuff. Let's see who's up next. Oliver Leka and Jill Ashton. So a couple of Sharks partnering up. They closed a nice deal this week for a 2,000 pound. That's about what I bench press, by the way, Richie, 2,000 pounds. It's 2,550 American website redesign, and that's only the beginning because they said this client has potential. Again, another example of what we're talking about, right? Maybe not that's a solid win, right? That's nothing to sneeze at. $2,500, but the potential to be a lot more. So really great stuff. Look, here's an awesome thing from Devendra that he shared. Devendra's been in our community for quite a while. The first website, he said, our first website was $100. Now they're charging $2,000 plus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the way it goes, right?
And that's that value proposition I was referencing before, you know, and I've got so much confidence in putting my prices up now because I know it works. I know we've got great systems, and when you've cut your teeth, get your prices up sooner rather than later, because you won't do any less business. You'll do the same or even more, and people will respect you. You know, if you charge a serious amount of money for doing a serious and a proper service, you know, that creates respect, and it brings a better client. So yeah, good on you for you know, you've got to start somewhere, but getting your prices up and maintaining that price level, very, very important.
Yeah. Kevin White contacted a local business through Reach. Here's a nice Reach win. Who said yes, then later emailed back asking to remove their listing because they thought it was some sort of AI from a mix-up. So Kevin reached out to apologize for an error that had them hesitant and assured them he was a local business owner as well from the area. He offered to send them over a video they can use on their website or social media. That's awesome, Kevin. Awesome stuff. Donna Norris signed another client for database reactivation. $1,997 a month plus another signed up for a 5-day trial. Excellent.
So reactivation.
Donna has been knocking these down right and left.
So you go to a client who's got a database of their customers, and you say, how about we send out an email or a communication to them to reactivate them for you, you know? Again, really clever. And it's all stuff that you can do inside that Reach Machine whole philosophy and stuff, and that, you know, you can extend to those kind of things. So yeah, it's a great add-on, great win. It's a smart digital service to offer as well.
Yeah, really, really. I was just thinking today, I need to reach out to Donna to maybe get her to come and talk about what she's doing to our community, because I think it would be of interest to people. And Devondra, right back at you, buddy. Right back at you. All right, let's go back here and see. Next, we've got Jerry Wright. He's a Remote Millionaires member. He sold a .co.uk domain and 5 email accounts, £200, so $256. Should be speaking to the client next week about a new website to go on the domain. Again, another great example. Bought a domain name from him, $250. Now we're talking about a website which could be a few $1,000 deal. Another great example of that, you know, bringing people up the ladder with you. So good stuff. Chandra Rowe, who I'm going to be meeting tomorrow. He's coming to Vegas. We're meeting up tomorrow, I think around 4:30. I have to double check, but we're going to meet up, have some, maybe like an early dinner, hang out for a bit. So I'm excited about that. He sold a website and a chatbot automation project, $950.
Wow. Fantastic. You know,
solid win. Solid win. What happened here? Okay. And then the agency, the team over there, we talked about this, sold a $10,000 website, 3,000 PPC, $1,500 SEO. So to a water pump company, and then 1,500 SEO package to a dental implant office. So shout out to the team over there for the amazing job on that. And that brings our weekly total to $46,882 for the week of March 2nd through 8th. Solid week.
That's
solid
good.
week.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, since the start of 2024, $164,360. We've crossed the 6-figure mark, or you've crossed the 6-figure mark, sharing your wins. So look, we're trying to get up to the 2 million. We did one where you guys shared that you did 1.4 million in business last year.
No, it was just a shave under 1.5.
Yeah, just to shave under there. So we want to get that over that. So if you have a win, if you're out there taking action, big, small, whatever, even if it's a barter or not even, you know, even if it's just, hey, you know, I got somebody to reply to me, or I had my first client meeting, like whatever it is, prospect meeting, let us know in the Facebook group. We would love to hear that. So awesome work, everybody. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a link along the bottom of the screen. So this is offlinesharks.com/robo-rep. That is a link you can go to check out the training we did on Wednesday. If you missed that, if you want to see how we're using cold email. Richie is a big part of that course and the school group and all the stuff that goes on with that. So yeah, you should go check it out. I think you guys will love it. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff going on in that school group, people doing all kinds of things. So awesome to see.
I see Dawn added another win there as well, Tom. He sold an ebook for $7.
Oh, nice, Dawn. Nice.
Because I just give them away, you know. So.
Yeah, awesome. So I have some other exciting news, and then we'll take some questions from you guys as well. So if you have any questions about anything, put them in the chat. But while you're doing that, we are going to celebrate the member of the week. So here is something. I don't know if any of you noticed over my left shoulder, there's been a change.
I spotted it.
It finally came. It's not so elite that I don't have one. So this is, look, here is our old treasure chest that we used to send to all of our members of the week. Well, now we've got a new one. Ooh, I'm not going to open it because I don't want to give away what's inside. But there's lots of good stuff in here. It's even better than the first one, but you can see it's got our nice logo on it. We've got this awesome treasure map. It really is a treasure chest.
Treasure chest, yeah.
Treasure chest, and it is packed with awesome goodies. So I'm going to leave this up here. Today, the winner of our member of the week is Regina Floyd.
Yeah.
Woo! Congratulations, awesome. Regina. Yeah. Congratulations. You are going to get one of these treasure chests sent to you. I think you're going to love it. Don't spill the beans on what's inside. We like to keep that a secret, but you deserved it. Awesome on getting your first win in our community. Really excited to see that. So way to go, Regina.
And look, when you get one of those, you know, the prize of member of the week and the treasure chest, by all means, feel free to take a photo of you with your treasure chest and share that in the Facebook group as well. There's been a few people have done videos as well of the reveal, but none of them have ever included what's inside it, and that's part of that journey. So
we keep that a secret. It's for the chosen few.
Yeah, yeah, that's it's a lot of fun, and everyone loves sharing that success and that win with that member as well. So congratulations, Regina.
Yeah, and somebody said, how do you qualify? Thanks for reminding me. I should have mentioned this at the beginning. So to qualify for member of the week, you just have to be a good steward of our Facebook community. So our team, especially our Facebook community leader there, Shushan, is always in there just paying attention to what's going on, who's posting the wins, what's happening. She's always looking for interesting stuff. So just be a good group member, right? Help other people, answer questions, share your wins, talk about what's going on. All that stuff. And then that can get you in the seat and you can be a member of the week.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dorn says he's a 5-time winner. You are a 5-time winner, Dorn. So congratulations, Regina. Let's see. I'm looking down here to see if there's any questions. Anybody have any questions? Richie, what do you have going on this weekend?
This weekend, I'm going car shopping, which is always enjoyable. I've got the mobile dog groomer coming around for Molly on Sunday. That'll be fun. It's her first groom, and because we want to get her nails trimmed as well. They offer a really good upsell service too. They do themed photographs when they do the groom, and currently it's St. Patrick's Day. So I know my wife will say, yes, we want to do the photo as well. But mind you, this is a service that, like I said, dog groomers, I never knew how in demand they are here in Nashville. So we thought
everywhere. Everywhere.
They're everywhere. Right? Ring one up, they're going to come round.
They're in demand everywhere. Like in demand everywhere.
Yeah, $100, $150, you know, no problem at all. The first two that Mandy contacted, right, said, I can put you on a wait list. It's $250, $260. And if you come, you get accepted off the wait list, then you have to have a groom every 4 to 6 weeks. So they just keep coming, they book you in, and then you're committed to do that for the rest of time. So we went, oh, that's a bit tough. And they take a day or two to get back to you as well. So they're really in demand. So Mandy managed to find one that they've got this upsell thing, and it's like $300 to have these people come round, and then they'll do $100 upsell on you as well. Plus you'll have to pay them a tip at the end. So I'm saying,
they have a funnel.
Pay more attention to dog groomers now for digital marketing, because if you're busy, then you need a higher value client. So you need my resources. I'm into these guys. They're hot on my list next week. Is Dog Groomers of Nashville. Look out, I'm coming.
That's it's so funny that you say that, because Nick and I were just talking. He had to take Kevin to the vet the other day, and we were talking about how the vet has an in-person funnel, because they're like, they do the thing, and then, oh, but you should have this checked, and then oh yeah, we can clip the nails, and then you can do that, and oh, you should think about doing this, and it's just like one thing after the other, right? Yeah. Which, hey, if you guys go, hold on real quick, Richie. If you guys go and sign up for Reach, you will have a funnel too, because that whole process that's built out in Reach includes a completely built out 4-page funnel that takes them to a paid upgrade with an order form and a confirmation and a discovery form, so you can get all the information and a confirmation. Like it really is all worked out. So go to offlinesharks.com, check it out.
That funnel with the automations is 7 or 8 pages long. I think it's 8 pages when you add the using an AGM site, the community resource site. You can have the submit a listing, add your business here, and that you click on that button, it goes straight through to your Reach machine and says add this free listing. All their details and stuff come through. It's just one click, bang, they signed up. It's so easy. And so that funnel was 8 pages of different automation sequences and parts. It sends the invoice, it does the discovery form, all of that's in that funnel, automatic.
Yeah, and Devendra pointed out too, the mechanics do this all the time, complimentary 16-point inspection. Hey, we do that inside the Reach machine. So one of the things that we do for them is an audit of their digital presence. And then we actually get on what we call an active. I don't want to go I go through all the details on the training. So go to offlinesharks.com/RoboRep. Just watch that part of the training if you don't want to watch the whole thing, but watch where I talk about how we get them on what we call an activation call and how we use the website audit to close the deal and all that stuff. It's really, really good. But yeah, this is solid marketing strategy, right? This isn't some fly-by-night thing. Like the reason you see so many people doing this stuff is because it freaking works, right? It works. And it allows you to bring a higher value to your clients as well. I saw somebody asked what I was reading. So I'm not reading a business book right now. I've been trying to decide. If I could pan around and you saw the plethora of books around here, you'd be like, oh my gosh, Tom. So I haven't been reading a business book right now. Do you have one?
Well, I must admit failure. I started reading this in January and I haven't finished it yet. But the stuff is really good. So this book is going to be finished before the end of March, I assure you.
We're going to hold you to that.
You got to hold me to it because it is a very good book.
Content Fortress, is that what it's called?
Content Fortress, yeah. It's basically about website content.
Who's it by?
It is by Martin Huntback and Lindsay Cambridge. And what it's about is pricing content and repelling content. And that's what drew me to it, was repelling content. And why do we use repelling content? Because it gets rid of the people we don't want to do business with.
Yeah.
And that is so important, especially for an agency that's building and you're building that customer base and stuff. You want to eliminate the time wasters, the energy suckers, and focus on the clients that are high paying and good clients to work with. So that's exactly what I've been doing, and been rebuilding my agency websites using that content strategy. And pricing content is a pre-qualifier. There's no point in sitting down with someone who is expecting to pay $500 and saying it's $8,000. You're wasting your time. And the thing I do now is that if someone is in that sort of cheap bracket, and because they want everything for a very small amount of money, feed them to your competition. Let your competition drown in them. And they think you're doing them a favor. Oh, hey, I've got a client for you. Here you go. let your competition worry about them. It's far better for your business long term.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because one of my business mentors used to always tell me that he's like, look, you should always talk about the money first. He's like, never wait to talk about the money. You talk about the money first, because otherwise, like, what's the deal? He's like, so you start off by saying, well, look, give me a little idea what the project is. What's your budget for the project? He's like, and if they think you're trying to do something sneaky, like just find out what their budget is so you can charge them more. You say, listen, and this is especially great with any digital marketing service. You just say, look, SEO, websites, whatever it is, it's like building a house. We can build a house that's functional and efficient and gets the job done, or we can build a house that is like the best one on the block. Maybe that's good for a website. For SEO, you could say something like, well, look, the budget matters because, your market, when I look at it, if it's competitive, like if you don't have the budget to play in that field with everybody else, then there's probably no point. So it affects whether we move forward or not. So always talk about the money first, he said. Get it out of the way. Talk about it first. Now, one of the strategies we developed in our agency to do that is we have a form that people fill out before we meet with them. And in that form, we ask them about their budget. So that was our sneaky way of getting them to give up the goods about their budget, so we know what we're getting into.
Yeah. It's a professional way to operate as well. You've got to eliminate the time wasters, which can be really difficult to do when you're first starting out, because all you want as a client. You
don't know who the time wasters are at that point.
Yeah.
Like, how can you be expected to know who the time wasters are, right? Like, you have to figure that out. You got to kind of learn that through experience. So, hey, real quick, before we jump on to the next thing. So I said I'm not reading a business book, but, I do a lot of reading. So this is what I'm reading currently. It's getting ready to be a Netflix special, but this is the first book in the series called The 3 Body Problem. So I finished this one. And I'm starting the next one, which is The Dark Forest. But these are, this is from a science fiction writer that's super popular in China, and it's been translated into English. And I don't know, I found it very interesting. There's actually a Chinese TV show about this book called The 3 Body Problem that you can watch on Amazon, but Netflix has their own show coming out, I think, on March 22nd, which got me interested in. I saw a trailer for it and I was like, oh, I want to see it. So this is what I've been reading. And the kids are headed out of town today. So after this live show, I'm taking them to the airport. They're going to see their grandmas in Oklahoma. So it's just going to be me and Miranda at the party house in Vegas. Don't tell the kids. Don't tell the kids.
It's going to be a good weekend, hey?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's a week. They don't come back till next Sunday. So we have an entire weekend.
Will be multiple date nights over the weekend?
Well, there will, because Wednesday, March 13th is our 18-year wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations. That is absolutely awesome, Tom.
Yeah, 18 years. She's been through it all. You know, the broke days, nothing's ever going to work days, stuck with me.
It's what I tell Mandy all the time, is that, she stole my youth. We're 21 years early April. So, it's, but congratulations. I know what you've been through. In New Zealand, you get less for murder. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny. I always tell the kids, I'm like, hey, I was cool before you guys came along. You ruined me. Like, I was awesome. I was so cool. And then, you jacked all that up.
Yeah. Well, I had with Mandy last night. We went to a local sushi restaurant, and it was just, I haven't had sushi for a while. It was really nice. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, great stuff. Hey, listen, remember, go to offlinesharks.com/RoboRep. Check out the training if you haven't. Even if you've seen it, go check out the new offer we made there. We wanted to make this super affordable for somebody to get started today, and we did that. The Reach machine itself is killer. It is, if you just focus on getting this thing set up, it can really allow you to remove yourself from the prospecting and have it going all the time. Chris Byrne, who's one of our remote millionaires, he only spends an hour a day doing this thing. So he builds a list, he loads it in while he's at his regular job. It runs, it does its thing, and then he deals with only the people that are interested. So super good stuff. Oh, my dog's going crazy. Hey, we got one more thing we need to do before we go, Richie.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling, got the chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter.
So whenever you go to the shout out post in the Facebook group and say, good job, way to go, just post a comment on how awesome those people are. Our team goes and picks 2 random people that we then send $25 of Cash App money to at the end of the live show. So today's winners are Barbara Golding and Phil Dans. Congratulations, hey. Barbara and Phil. We got some Cash App money coming your way. Man, busy week. Going to be an awesome weekend. Looking forward to having some nice times with the wife and celebrating the anniversary. I'm not going to be here next week. So I'm not sure if it's you, Richie, or who's running the live show, but I'm not going to be here next week. So I will see you guys in a couple of weeks.
Great chance to hijack it again. I'm sure there'll be many willing participants. We'll go off the rails.
They will. It was a little blow to my ego that the most commented on live show last year was one that I wasn't in. Like, it was really hard not to take that personally. It was Richie and Jason, but I wasn't even there. I was like, what the heck?
I mean, when you wheel out the big guns like Jason, people are obviously naturally interested as well. So, and shout out to Jason as well. That guy, the amount of work that he does and his dedication and just his sheer knowledge, he is such a talented individual.
And he's also a big force behind the Reach Machine as well. So a lot of that stuff you see with the automations and all that were all possible because of him.
Hey, on the Reach offer, Tom, if you've got any questions about it, if there's something you're just unsure of and stuff and that, then put it in the Facebook group, and I'll be there watching and stuff. We're quite happy to answer anything that you might want to know on top of. So by all means, reach out and let us know. Because we're happy to answer any questions you might have about it.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Richie. Appreciate that. Well, listen, everybody, stay safe out there. Practice aloha. We'll see you here next week. Same sharp time, same sharp channel. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
You've been watching the Aloha Marketing Jam session. We've helped thousands just like you start and scale their businesses. If you'd like our help to grow your business, go to the link on your screen now and let us know how we can help you. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this stream. We'll be back here next Friday for another live show. Until then, aloha.